Hi there, everyone. Alrighty, well, this is the first time I've literally walked outside all day, outside of maybe peeking my head through the door. It was a pretty heavy rain morning, and I've been working very, very diligently behind the desk. I've got some big events coming up, and in all honesty, I'm still a little bit behind, even by working, nonstop all day on the project. I'm not behind on that particular project. I'm doing quite well on that particular project, but I'm behind on some other things that are a little bit more upcoming. So hopefully tomorrow I can start with those at the top of my agenda and then work my way down the list of some of the other things now that I've gotten a little bit further ahead on that producers conference that I'm putting together. Feeling pretty good though about it all. Anyway, so I'm headed out here in the backyard. Oh, and I wanted to add one more thing. I have definitely missed a few days throughout this whole thing. So in terms of it being every day, 50 days straight, it has not been that. But I am keeping up with 50 days no matter what. I am working very diligently to get out and really, pay attention to, at the very minimal, the backyard garden, which is nice because the backyard garden was something I really needed to work on in my own home. And I'm just looking around at the marigolds. The marigolds look so beautiful today because of the rain that we just got. So anyways, I am, just doing my part to just keep up with these things, and really loving it and want to just continue to keep doing it, continuing the gardening efforts, continuing the videos, and just continuing to work from that aspect. As I get some more equipment and stuff like that with tripods and some better editing software so that I can do things just a little bit better, that will probably make me feel a little bit more comfortable. But at the same time, I also know running out and buying a bunch of equipment doesn't solve your problems. You have to learn to keep up with your own stuff naturally, and learn to be accountable for the commitments that you make. And this has been my commitment, and gosh, I believe we might be on like 40 days at this point. So it's been really good, and it has really taught me to continue to move forward with this project. So anyways, I'm getting a chance to look around today for the first time. We did have, like I said, some pretty heavy rain. It was coming down pretty hard. I did get a little concerned at how hard it was going to be hitting the ground at the garden with the clay soil that we have out there. That stuff can tend to, especially when you're planting new young seeds, that can tend to just really pack the soil down so much that the seeds don't ever come up. And so that's probably a part of that. The chickens, they are just wanting to, they're following me today. Can y'all say hello? Are you feeling like you haven't had enough food? Is that what's happening? So that's why you're following me, and when I come out here, I've usually got a little something for you. All right, well, I'll go in there and see what I can rustle up, and then go from there, right, you guys? Did you have a good day in the rain? Did you have some good rain? Huh? Yeah? All right, well, I am, peeking around over here. My arugula is doing really, really well, and I'm going to have some beautiful arugula to trim off of it in the very near future. Took some New Zealand spinach just the other day. Have a beautiful bowl of some of that good green stuff. Tomatoes are looking much better than they were looking before. They're starting to really perk up and be much happier. Oh my goodness, I've got my white onions finally coming up over here. That's good to see. I was thinking maybe they would never come up. This white onion is coming up now too. And the red onions are doing much better over here. Good. That rain, just can really, that rain can really just make a huge difference in the plants. And we've had, more rain in the last week than we had, the prior weeks and stuff. But this tends to be our rainy season. So, oh gosh, look, I've got all 6 of my cheddar cauliflower. I think you guys were around whenever I opened this one up and put them in there. So now I'm going to have cheddar cauliflower. So once that gets up and growing well, I will get those planted into a bigger space, either a pot a big pot or into the ground, even at the gardens. And that's cheddar cauliflower, so it's going to actually be orange cauliflower. I'm really excited about that. That's so cool. That's 100% viability is what that is. All right, let's see what's over here. Oh, I got you guys on here. Oh, I was watching a video. I really enjoyed the American Farm Tour that Justin Rhodes and his family have been on, particularly that they were in Houston the other day. Houston is in the same, is very, very similar climate zone for us, because on the coast they dealt with the flooding of the Hurricane Harvey. They deal with the same temperature types of situations, and they you know, it's very similar up there in terms of like weather and stuff like that. So having them show some videos there in Houston has been really cool. And one of the things that I learned about was one of the guys was saying that Turk's cap is actually, the flower on Turk's cap is actually is edible, and he was pulling them off and eating them. Yeah, so what he said is that part of the reason why they're loved by pollinators, Turk's cap, is because they have a little pocket of like honey, sugar, in the bottom of it, in the base of it, and that the leaves are edible, and that it tastes like lettuce with a little pop of sweet, and that's exactly what it tasted like. So that was kind of cool. I also noticed that he had rosella, and it was funny because Justin Rhodes said, and I've had the same conversation recently with some people, well, isn't that edible hibiscus? That's what we call it. And they said, yeah, it goes by a couple of names. So it is funny because I've been going back and forth with edible hibiscus. What is that? You know, what are they using for that? And then rosella, and it is the same thing. So I'm going to start collecting that more regularly, and hoping that maybe I can get it for some of my own teas, get some of the other growers or some of the other processors at the market. One of them makes kombucha. I was thinking that would be fantastic for kombucha. And then I was also thinking, they showed that you could make some jams and jellies with it. So I was thinking, you know, that's something. That plant is related to okra, and of course it's a hibiscus strain breed. Those grow really, really well in our region. And so that's one of those things that we should be having in high production here in this area. So what else am I looking at over here? Taking a peek at my little cucumber vine that I've been working on over here, and I got it raised up, cut some leaves off the bottom of it. Try to keep things out of the dirt. It's just always going to be better for them as much as you can. Uh-oh, I've got some little bugs that are not good. You see them? Right there. Can I just smush them? That's what you do with container garden pest control. You literally just smush bugs. Also, the other thing that's interesting about bug smushing is that if you kind of smush them around on the leaves, it'll actually keep the other bugs away oftentimes, because, you know, if you saw smushed compadres laying all around, you probably wouldn't go there either. Anyway, so that's something. But it's funny down here where when I get asked about what I use for organic pest control, and then I go, oh, what size? What are you dealing with? And they're container gardening on an apartment, you know, shade or whatever, and I'll just basically say, you use these two things. That's the best way to do it. We use very, very minimal organic pest control. I'm real picky about broad spray. We did a broad spray. We're going to do a broad spray of neem oil soon. We did see a hatch of harlequins, but neem oil tends to be pretty. It doesn't really hurt anything. It just keeps things away from eating your leaves and stuff like that. So that can be a challenge when you're in the green season, because you're cutting the greens, you're cutting all the leaves off, and they've got the neem oil on them. But anyways, you know, we're learning a little bit more about how to do non-broad spray, non-chemical, even organic chemical at all. So the best solution really is to just know your plants well enough to pay attention to what's going on with them, and give them the nutrients that they need to be healthy against pests, plant companion plants around them, so that they companion plants to deter the particular pest that likes to bug them, and squish them. Pay attention to just killing the bugs. That's a thing to do as well. But anyway, all right, I am going to be done with this evening and head off to another event I have to head off to. But I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you all very soon.